What does a home economic degree, Kermit the Frog, and a Rolls Royce have in common? This is an unlikely set of items linked to Jim Henson, a puppeteer who created the Muppets. I have researched Jim Henson and watched a PBS documentary about him, which qualifies me to tell you about his life and accomplishments. Jim Henson was known as a groundbreaking puppeteer who had significant impact on entertainment. Henson's early years prepared him for his creative career starting in high school. In Henson's senior year of high school, he got a job at a local TV station in Washington, D.C. as a puppeteer. He was already interested in television. This opportunity led him in the area of puppeteering. After graduating high school, Henson attended the University of Maryland. He was given his own show on a local TV station called Sam and Friends. He met his wife/co-worker, Jane Neville. An interesting fact about his college experience is that the only puppeteering class was offered in home economics department, so he graduated with a degree in home economics. Sam and Friends led to the start of Henson's most famous character and series, Kermit and the Muppets. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, Jim and Jane created Kermit while working on Sam and Friends. Jim's show, Sam and Friends, was so successful that at the end of the college, he was able to buy a Rolls Royce and drive himself to graduation. After college, Henson's further development of Muppets. Because of his success at the Muppets brought him, he used that to advertise. Characters like Kermit promoted products like coffee. The Muppets were so successful at advertising that all the companies wanted to use them. Another opportunity was Sesame Street. He was approached by a children's television workshop and was asked to help with Sesame Street. During this time, the most popular characters were created, including Bert and Ernie, Cookie Monster, Oscar the Grouch, Miss Piggy, and Big Bird. Henson appreciated the opportunity to develop Sesame Street, but he wanted to expand to a wider audience. In 1975, after American networks failed to approve of his ideas, he had an opportunity to go to London, England, and produce a weekly show. Going to London allowed Henson to have more freedom with what he wanted to create. The Muppet Show was eventually broadcasted on American networks in 1976 and became the world's #1 show. While he was receiving so much success, he was struggling to maintain a healthy relationship with his wife. The Muppets' success led to movies featuring the Muppets. And following these movies, he further tested his creativity, producing several fantasy films in the 1980s called The Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. These movies were not very well received at the time. During this time, he created the following successful TV series, Fraggle Rock and Muppet Babies. Jim Henson had accomplished so much but unexpectedly died at a young age at 53. He had been raised to avoid seeing doctors, and when he became sick, he waited too long to get help. He died May 16, 1990, while working on a merger with Disney. Jim Henson was a legendary artist who was instrumental in shaping puppetry and creating some of the most iconic characters of the 20th century during his career.